Hey guys, welcome to the grind. My name is Ark and I have an interesting theory crafting video today. I know this build does work, so it's not so much theory crafting on that level, but it is an interesting build that I want to go over and show you guys how I actually got this damage. It's actually pretty crazy how high I actually worked this up. So what we have here, if you saw in the thumbnail, is I have a cast on crit Inquisitor. But I'm not doing a regular cast on crit. I'm actually going to do Volatile dead cast on crit, and I'm not doing a regular Volatile dead cast on crit. I'm actually using the Nagamahu's Flame. So if you guys have seen Jungroan's videos, I will post his channel below because he did kind of come up with this version of cast on crit where people were doing Bladefall Blade Blast and other double cast on crit builds. So this is something that's definitely pretty interesting. I would love to go through the tree with you guys right now, so let's start right away. So, as you guys can see, we are actually fairly tanky for this cast on crit build. We're sitting at around 6,500 life and almost 2,900 energy shield. And how we're doing that is I have Corrupted Soul over here on Replica Soul Tether, so that is a pretty nice node to have. I did trade that out for a Militant Faith. I did at first have Militant Faith, but the issue I was having with the tree at first was making sure I had enough accuracy and making sure that that crit was hitting 100%. So if I switch over to Cyclone, you can see I got 100% crit chance, 100% hit chance, around 100k Cyclone damage. We can fit that in, and we're not really stat starved or anything. And then with Volatile Dead, sitting at around 451,000 per orb damage. That's crazy for Volatile Dead. If you've ever played a Volatile Dead build, you will know that that will just kill and decimate everything, especially when you have 20, 30, 40 plus orbs on the screen. Now, I did also balance the strength and intelligence pretty good for Righteous Providence, and in case you haven't played an Inquisitor this time around, Righteous Providence gives you 1% increased crit strike chance per point of strength or intelligence, but it goes off whichever is lowest. So I have those within 4 points of each other just to get the most out of it as much as I can. This is also a level 100 tree. So as you can see, pretty spread out just to get all of that crit and everything else. And I did throw a Watcher's Eye on here as well. And what I got with that was Zealotry, just to get the pen for elemental resistances, and then just random stuff. And then random for haste, and then the precision node is pretty good as well, which is just gain a flash charge when you deal a critical strike. I didn't make the build mirror tier necessarily, but it would be, you know, a fairly middle of the road build for expensiveness. There are a few items that are pretty good. But anyway, we grab Avatar of Fire on the tree, much life as you possibly can. As you guys see, my resists aren't fully balanced out on this tree, but I could easily just change out one item and fix that. It's not like this is a fairly starved build. What I really want to show you guys is that damage and the survivability on this. Also, for the thing, you're going to grab Pious Path and then you're going to grab Sanctuary as well, just to get that Consecrated Ground consistently, and for the Consecrated Ground effects to linger on you for 4 seconds. Now, the nice part about that is you get life regen to recover energy shield for you as well while that is going on, and the immunity to ailments, well, elemental ailments. And then last one you're going to do is Instruments of Virtue, and that's just for the Battle Mage, which gives you just a little bit extra damage on all of your spells. So let's go over to the skills here, and I'll show you what I have. So I have Enduring Cry with Herald of Ash, Precision, and Urgent Orders. Then this is my Cyclone. So I have Cyclone, Cast While Channeling, Desecrate Greater Multiple Projectiles, and this is where I got my accuracy so I wouldn't have to grab it on the tree. This is very important to get, but it does take care of all of your accuracy issues, and then increased critical strike chance to cap that off as well. Then for my movement skill, Leap, Slam, Fortify, Faster Attacks, and Fortify. Then Steel Skin, Second Wind, Arcane Surge, and Zealotry. Now, I do have this set up just very maximized to get the most out of this that you can. And then we get Temp Chains from Aesonaut's Gentle Touch, Molten Burst, which comes on the weapon for Nagamahu's Flame, which will be how you are going to be casting all of your cast on crits. And then for Volatile Dead, I have Cast on Crit, Volatile Dead, Combustion, Controlled Destruction, Elemental Phobos, and Conch Effect. And then I actually grabbed Assassin's Mark on a Shaper's Ring. So let's go through items now that I have on there. So I have Nagamahu's Flame, which is very important for this build. You get the 60% physical damage converted to fire damage, which is great from the weapon, and then you also get that 20% chance to attack with a level 60 Molten Burst on melee hit. And now with Cyclone, you're attacking so many times that you will always be casting this Molten Burst, as well as your damage penetrates fire res. So you get 3 things there that are great for Volatile Dead. Then I put a Hubris Circlet on there for the energy shield, just to stack that up a little bit, with 15% increased Cyclone attack speed. You can take off the accuracy now on this. I actually did check by moving a few items around, but I have it on here still. It's a fairly good item. And then one thing that I do like about this is whenever you get the chance, I think you should always convert any of the fizz damage from it's taken into another element. This is such a strong way to make yourself tankier than you normally would be against physical hits, because those physical hits are really the things that are going to kill you, especially when they get stacked up by small mobs or things like Ultimatum. All those physical hits at once will kill you. Then also, I got this Saint's Hauberk Elder, so I can get socketed attacks at minus 15 total mana cost, and I put that with the Cyclone so that the Cyclone does not cost anything, so I can pretty much reserve all of my mana. Then life, increased max life, chaos res, and attacks have critical strike chance. Now, Aesonaut's Gentle Touch, great stat belt. I did corrupt these for increased attack speed. You don't need it, but every little bit of attack speed will help. And the Curse Enemies with Temp Chains on hit is great. Great build right there. Great for the build right there. Then Two-Tone Boots, just get up some more res. And if you can get the damage penetrates elemental resistances, if you haven't killed recently, this is great for bossing. It'll just give you a little bit more damage in bosses. And then movement speed, if you can get Tailwind and obviously the Elusive, that's going to be the best version of this, but just make sure you get the most important parts of this is the strength, the res, movement speed. And now we're going to move on to the amulet. I put Firewalker here just to get some more damage on the tree. Crit multi, life, elemental res, fire res, and now that 0.4% of fire damage leached as life is going to help you out a lot. With Fizz being converted into fire, that's going to help out even a little bit from the Cyclone. Will give you just more right there. Then increased area damage and area of effect, and put in energy shield. And I made the Vermilion Ring with the Assassin's Mark, plus to strength, max life, all resists, 3 to 5 damage per endurance charge, which we're getting with Enduring Cry, and then non-channeling skills have minus total mana cost as well, just so you can get all of your, so you can cast Enduring Cry. Then I have the Circle of Anguish. This actually had so much damage with the Herald of Ash. It's actually really strong. I didn't put anything crazy for the implicits. I wanted to keep it simple because you can get a much better ring here, but I just wanted to show you guys the damage with something that isn't like a mirror tier Circle of Anguish or anything crazy, something that seems very doable. Then I already showed you guys the replica Soul Tether. Now what we do get this for is obviously for the Corrupted Soul and gain 5% of maximum life as maximum shield, which is great. Then we got our flats, Bottled Faith, which gets you capped off on that 100% crit chance very easily. You want to get a good life flask, instant recovery, I feel is the best, and then obviously get your Corrupted Bloods and bleeding removal on there as well is great. Quicksilver, just to make this build feel a little bit smoother in maps, even though it's already going to feel great anyway. And then Cinder Swallow Urn is going to be great for you as well, just for that extra regen and everything else like that. Now we do not have any ignites, So you might think, hey, the recharge 1 charge when you consume an ignited corpse is wasted, which it might be a little bit, but the recovering life when you kill an enemy and the recovering energy shield when you kill an enemy is too strong to pass up. And then a diamond flask with a curses is the next one I would get. I think you still have 100% crit without this, so even if you didn't want this, you could switch to a basalt flask. It would be pretty powerful as well. And then I just got some jewels on here. Priest max life, crit multi, crit chance with fire skills, and resists. And same thing for all of those. And then the Watcher's Eye that I got, I showed you guys in the tree, but Zealotry Precision is what you are going for with that. That's how I do it. Now, let's look and see what I got here for the counts. I don't have anything crazy for them. I just put what we originally have right there. Obviously, if you eventually ended up getting elusive on boots, you could put that on there as well. It would show dodge chance you have, everything else bad. So that is pretty much the build, guys. Now, I do have a question for you. Would you like to see me actually build this build? If you would, let me know. Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this idea and you think this would be a pretty cool build, don't hesitate. Sub, like, and comment below. All of those things do help a lot. And lately I find myself playing Path of Building more than Path of Exile. So I have been messing around with quite a few builds. So let me know if you'd like to see more of ththese things. Anyway, guys, my name is Ark. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.